Today we're going to start on this leaky one, the one that's pissing oil everywhere. Backing him out. Right, we've moved this into position now, and as you can see, it's left a nice trail along there and under there, because we did put a bit more in it to stop it ruining the pump. Has that got a bulb in it?
Yeah.
You put one in it?
No.
Well, it broke.
No, I just tried it the other day.
Oh. It's got a bulb in it there. So, we're going to have to start stripping it down. This has got this bulb hole on it, which is a bit of a nightmare, but we can do it. Right, this one's got some spots, hooks up here. So we're just going to get them connectors off, and then we can get into it. This bulb bar does get in the way, but it's there for good, eh? Because to put this bulb bar on, when we did fit it, we had to take the bumper off, and we don't want to get involved in none of that. We're gonna give this a good clean up as well. Have you got the right colour paint for this or not?
Yeah.
Because we could do with doing all that, look.
Yes.
No, it's a peel off where that bumper's been fixed, because that bumper did have a hole in it, and it's been fixed. It could do with rubbing down again, and just repainting, hasn't it?
The lights have gone cloudy again, I know. Well, that one.
That one's gone misty. We have had that apart and cleaned it and put it back together, but it's gone again.
Having said that, that rain that I've come through for about 5 hours driving
was pretty bad,
was
really.
horrendous, that rain was.
Yeah, so...
I might as well have been...
Has it got any water in it? Oh yeah, it has, look. Just in there.
Surprised.
I mean, these lights have been in and out, and this is a Cat C. No, it was a Cat D, which is it Cat D or Cat C? Can't remember. Anyway, it's classed as a Cat N now, which is just cosmetic. So,
it's classed as a catastrophe.
Yeah, we think it had just had a little bump on the front, and it broke the brackets off the headlights and stuff. So they never fit right again, and there was stuff stuck in with silicone more. That the original spots, which have been replaced, was just siliconed into the holes, just stuck there with silicone, no bolts, because all the brackets have broke off them. So in the past it has had that done. It would be nice to find some new headlights for it, which might be a thing in the future to do.
I seen some yesterday, but they're 300 quid.
It's too much, eh? Perfect. The thing is, you know that you can sort of make them nice if they are brilliant, but we find some of them online that have got mud in them for 150 quid, don't you?
Yeah.
They got mud all down there.
Yeah.
All along there.
Yeah,
So,
all the chrome.
yeah, the chrome's starting to go on the back of the light, eh? But yeah, that's something we're going to do anyway. Forget that. Back to this. Undo these, get the grill out, and then we can start attacking the radiator. This radiator's been out a few times, so we might find that clips are missing. We don't know yet. We need to get a pot to put underneath it, because we're going to have to let all the coolant out of the system as well. So we'll do that, and we've got to get the fan off. So we need the fan tools. So we'll do that and all. So we've got to get this fan off. You need a fan spanner and one to hold down the pulley that it's on. We also need something to stand on. Dad, grab the white thing. That's probably better, right? The problem with this, I know you can't see me, but the problem with this is because of the bull bar. Normally you'd be very close to this and you can get in. Because of our bull bar, we can't get down there. And it's constantly remembering which way the fan comes off. Fan comes off the normal way. This is actually the right tool for this particular one. This is off a Range Rover for L322, so the holes are in the right place. You know that light? It is actually boiling on my head.
I thought that. I just looked at it and I thought it's going to be baking you tater.
Which way does this come off now? That way. That way is the plan. We'll soon find out if that's right. These are on pretty tight normally. This one has been off a few times, but they tighten themselves on while they're spinning.
There you go. Yeah.
It's nice and warm, yeah.
We're going to take this out of the way as well.
I don't know if it'll make any difference.
This should get these pipes down here.
So because I'm not using the crick tool as usual, it's not as easy as it would be normally. This flies the one off the L322 and also off my defender, but on this, which is the right tool, so it's not easy. Oh, that was easy. These can be an absolute nightmare to get off. Look that. It has been off a lot of times. I wait that one. And then once it's loose, you can just spin it. But when it gets to the end, obviously hold on to it because there's a chance it'll smash into your radiator. Can you see any of this?
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you the nut there that you've got to undo. Can you see it on there? Oh, you can see it all. You can see it all. So that's it, the way that gives you a fair whack of clearance down there. We'll put that on the bin. Not in the bin, but on the bin. Right, we couldn't film any of that because it's an absolute nightmare. But you have to go under here, and either side of here there's a couple of bolts to a bracket, and the bracket actually faces down and pushes. I'll show you them like that. And it's that way round. This is from the other side, but it's that way round, which means without taking this bracket on, you can't lift the radiator out because the radiator is pushed into the radiator rather than the radiator being pushed into this. So these have to come off, and you lift the radiator and the intercooler out together. Leave the oil cooler in. To get it past the oil cooler, you do have to disconnect the oil cooler pipes, which are these, and they're like a push fit. So you have to sort of pull this back. You push the hose on, pull this back, and then when that's pulled back you can pull it off. Make sure that them are fitted well and stuck on good when you put it back together, because we did this before and one of them popped off while we was driving and emptied the gearbox all over the floor. We had to call the AA. That looks like a bung there out of one of them, Dad. See? There.
Oh yeah.
Grab that. So there's that, and then once you've undone the bolts, there's two this side, two that side, just undo them two, 10 mils, and then it lifts up like this. Obviously you've got to take all your pipes off your radiator. That's where the oil cooler pipes go, on there and on there, and just a push fit, so you have to get them out as well. And it sits in the car. Ooh. That's the radiator there, sits in the car like that. Sorry, you've got to take the oil cooler out, it's part of this. So the oil cooler's out with the intercooler. You can't lift the oil cooler and the rad out without getting the intercooler out, because the intercooler sits in them two grooves. You can see one there and one there, and these two pipes sit in them two grooves, so you can't actually get this out without getting all three out. But yeah, that's out now. There's where the brackets sit. You can see the brackets are in there. This sits on a bracket as well. So basically this sits under the bracket, and it's pushed down on top of it, so you just can't lift it out without undoing it. But there you go. Anyway, the cowl's off and the fan's off, and down in this hole are the two pipes. So we think it's gone on the corner pointing stick. Let's just zoom into that.
This one?
Yeah, it's one of them two. That one. Them two pipes there are your steering box, and they've broke off the brackets by the look of it. They're just and
rubbed on there.
Yeah, they stuck down, and as it's been driving they've rubbed through. So we've got to make sure that these are stuck down well. The brackets do tend to rot off these, so we might even, it might be even worth that chucking them in some inner tubes, the entire thing. Just pull an inner tube over the lot of it, just to stop them rubbing against it, give them a bit more protection. For some reason we seem to have a part of a bike in here that I can see.
Oh no.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Where's that from?
I've just seen it down there. This.
Yeah. Where that has come from is, I do not, well, obviously we've got a bike shop, but why it's in your engine bay, I do not know. But that is what you put between the forks on a bike to stop them getting crushed in there.
Yeah, I saw it and I thought, wow.
But that was wedged down there, which could have been causing some issues. But you can see how much these pipes can move anyway, look. And that shouldn't be the case, because they're going to just rub through each other. But so far, so good. Next job is to disconnect them from the bottom of the pump. So they go into this is the pump here that runs the power steering, and they go into the bottom of there. It is this one, eh? Oh, hang on. There they are. That one. No, it's that one. That one's your power steering pump there. This one is your air conditioning pump, and this is just a pulley by the looks of it. You'd think I know what I was talking about. I've been in there so long, so many times. Yeah, so it's that one. So we've got to undo them from the bottom of there, the pipes, and then we've got to take them out from the steering box, and then we can feed them through. So we've decided to take the top off the airbox to remove all this gubbins just out the way so we can see the power steering pump better. Like I said, we have done this before, but it was 2 years ago, and you do forget what you've done. We did do a video on it, which we should watch back. I think it might help us.
It would help, probably.
That one off? Yeah.
I've got one on down here, that's why.
There we go. So, I need to unplug that on. Got to. Your air filter's looking a bit...
Yeah, it's in
khaki.
Khaki?
Khaki. Oh, very look. Oh my god, look at all this.
I've been to France, it's probably mice.
Yeah. That's looking a bit purple. So anyway, new air filter for you. And there is the power steering pump, this unit right there.
You do everybody else's, but not your own.
I know. So we're going to get a torch down there and see what's what. I can see a few pipes going to it. I think we might have done this from underneath, you know. Ooh. So all I can see is the pipes that come up into the reservoir, which is here. The pipes that actually go down to the steering box look like they both go in. Let's have a look. We've got this one here, which comes up into the underside of it. And we've got this one here. Sorry, I can see nothing that I'm filming. Just trying to find it with that one. Okay, so we've got one that comes into the reservoir here. So that one's an easy one, and we've got one that goes into the bottom of the power steering pump. So we'll get this one off first, and then we'll look at the one at the bottom of the power steering pump and see how we can get to that one. This one is just a clip like that, so we'll pop that clip out, and then that one will be free. We just got to remember where we're going to feed them through. So we're just going to pop this one off here. It is this one, 8. Before we pop it off, yeah. That.
Can you get at it with it?
He has to find his goggles.
It's been off before, eh?
Yeah, we'll probably have to put a Jubilee clip on it this time.
How do you get it off?
Right, just pop it, there you go. Now pull it off. You can leave that on there, just get the pipe.
I just need to...
Don't question me. Let's see.
More fluid.
Oh yes, fluid! We need a little pot to keep that in. Remember to empty your reservoir. Last time, I remember we sucked all this out of here with a syringe. This time, we didn't, because we were idiots. Could you use one of these red ones? Use one of these red ones.
How much is it?
Quite a fair one. Use the big one. See if you can you get it under there? Yes. Ready, go. Now we've got to wait for all that to dribble into that pot.
Under that.
Because we're fools.
Made no difference.
I'll get it anyway. We'll fill that pot up, empty this. That pot's going to get full way before. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this camera off because I'm going to need 2 hands to move this. Just popped it off its holder so we can tip it up, and then we can get that red thing out easy enough. Obviously we can't reuse this stuff because there's all dirt in that pot, but we got loads of it. Anyway, once this is empty, then we're going to look at undoing the other side of the other pipe,
and then we'll lift the car up in the air, get the wheel off, and we'll attack the steering box and get the pipes out of there.
Now what?
Right, scratch everything I said about this being the pump for the power steering. Incorrect. It is this one, the one I said originally. And it goes in, you can see the pipe going across there, and on the back of that there's a nut there. Ta-da! So we'll undo that nut, and then the pipes will be free this end, and away we get to the other side. So it's a 17mm. I don't know if you can see the piston thing. It's just there, look. There. And I've just undone it with a 17. It's right there. So we'll undo that and then that'll come out. Look, so probably just see the back of my hand. Nearly out. There we go. So that one's out as well, and it's full of oil. So that's your two pipes undone, and now the pump is emptying it's all onto the floor. Okay, so that's our pipes out. Next job, well, that's the pipes undone. Next job is the steering box. Sorry about the quality of this video, it's absolutely terrible. So to get to the steering box, we're going through the wheel arch. I'm so glad we ain't got to actually take the steering box out, because that's the worst thing in the world. Luckily we am just taking the pipes out of it. So we'll undo these, and then we'll go for it. It's time to lift. I think we should be all good in position, I think. Yeah.
We've reversed it.
We ain't got to go too high anyway, Dad, have we? We can do it sitting down, really. Last time we smashed one into the heater, which was not good news. It was one of our own. You can keep going if you want.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, because we've still got to feed the pipes through from the front end. So
Well, it's going to have to come down once we've got them off the steering box anyway. We're missing the heater. So the steering box is located in here, behind this panel here. So we've got to take these out, because this is the steel wheel arch all around here, but you've got a plastic panel here. So we'll take them out, and then that will get us to the steering box behind, and we'll be able to see the two. Well, it's one bolt that holds both the pipes in it. So we'll undo that one bolt, and you pop the pipes out, and away we go. We'll get the wheel off just so we get a bit more clearance when we're in there. These wheels, if anybody wants to know, are off a Discovery 3. I do fit the Discovery 2, but you need different wheel nuts. So, a couple of 8mm. There is normally 3 in it, but this has got one missing. And you do have to sort of fold this piece of plastic to try and get it from behind the two pipes that run there. You have to like bend it to get it out. This is one of the best chassis on a car I've seen on a Discovery 8.
yeah,
it's got a brilliant chassis on it. It's never had any welding to it.
And it's only ever got surface rust on it. There's nothing ever serious on it.
But every couple of years, it's tried to clean it down, and do what needs doing. It might need some turrets at some point, because then we're starting to delaminate. You can see them starting to sort of come apart, so then we're going to have to do done at some point.
Yeah.
But it's nothing major.
Nothing major.
Nothing's anything major. All looking good. Okay, you got to bend that plastic out then.
Just remember which way it come out.
I want that light that's up. You've left up there. Oh, I got a light.
We've got a lumpy bit on the end of that.
Yeah, you got to sort of squeeze it round. There we go. That's that wire there. And there we have it. Right there. That on top there, which I believe is a 10. That's all that holds the pipes in on like a bracket. So we undo that 10, we pop the pipes out, and then we're good to pull them out. You got them light up things?
The trouble thing with this is once it's
Loose, it just comes out, don't it? Yeah. So it's just one bolt on top of a plate. Undo that bolt and then the plate will move up. You might have to put a flathead under it, might just come up, I don't know. That plate there, you can see, that just pops up and you can get that off, then you can just prise the, we need a, I'm taking him on a journey to get this flathead. I wish I knew I could have put my flash on sooner. That should prise that up, look. And then hopefully, if these pipes have been here in a long time, there can be a right bitch to get out.
Yeah.
And that's why the last box we had got a broken one in it. You might be best getting the pry bar and sticking it sort of between there and trying to push it up like.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's coming.
It is, yeah, it is.
There's all like dust falling off like ready there's a lost ark.
It has come up a little bit.
Yeah. You got to push it directly up.
Come back in.
Yeah, like that. There you go. Punch that, did you?
Yeah.
That's out, and then the other one, which is even more awkward.
You know.
Can you get that out? That's it. Get that thing out of the way. I'm here for moral sport.
I've got me handy. I need to grab it with something.
Let me play.
My hand's more slippery.
Can I play? It's out. Master has done it.
I need a wag. John.
So you got the plates like that, look. It's stuck on one of them, and then it's got a little C there. It's probably on the top of the car, eh? I don't know. Anyway, then we're free now, so we can now put the car down a little bit. We have got, there is some cable ties that need uncable tie, and there's one here. When down here, we're going to have to cut some of these, make sure that it's all free, then we're going to have to feed the pipes out. There's one there, look.
Yeah.
There. Okay, we'll be back.
These brackets off, so you have to feed them through. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we've got no brackets on, will we?
Yeah. These rubber things are there, but the brackets, without being us, as I am, without them.
I think it was because it was just a nightmare and we was outside and it was cold. But if where we've got it now, look, if we can just feed them through that hole there, them brackets ain't got to come off. I don't know why we've had such a problem putting them on, having them on there.
I don't know, but I know the rubbers are there, and I remember not putting the brackets on.
Yeah, let's just pull it out this way. We can put them because you got
Pull
these
it
are
up from through there.
yeah, because you've got a flexible one on that one anyway. The one that's the worst to get around the corner.
End.
That's the steering box end.
Yeah, this is that end.
Let's put this on the stand. Yep.
Right, we're going to try and attempt to get the old ones out, and I think the best way. You just try to strip them. The best way is to pull them out this way. Is what I'm saying. So, what have we got? What have we got? We got one here.
You're going to go down through the...
No, I was going to go this way.
Up the top.
I was thinking about coming this way, yeah. Because realistically,
Which one is it?
I'm doing. I've got
There's still cable tied.
Oh. Still cable tied together. We don't know what we're doing. So we'll undo the cable tie. Oh, Dad, I'll tell you why we did put the things on. The brackets last time, because we couldn't get the old ones off. They was rusty. We had to cut them off.
They couldn't what?
We couldn't get the old ones off. They was rusty. We cut them off.
Oh.
So this time we're going to attempt to fix brackets. Hey, he's found them. Looking for cutters.
I have some.
Cut. Right, I've got the top one. That's more like it. I've got some movement now.
Get it over and put it on. Oh, up and out,
I've got to first try and get it out this gap, past these pipes. Right there. We've got one more. Got to get it through another gap. Which one am I? They in there. It's that one.
Okay. Really windy, Alan. You can play with those all over the place.
Is it? Just trying to get it past all this. Yeah, I got it now. I got it.
There's a lot of fluid coming out of it.
One. We'll inspect these to see which one's damaged there. Do you want some more cardboard?
Oh, yeah. I don't get anything.
Right, now for the next one. The next one is here. So let's try and get this one out of its where it lives. Right there. Okay. So there's two pipes out. Ta-da! Now it's easier to get them out than it is to get them in, because when you get them out you don't want to give them a bit of a rag, because you don't want to damage them, does it?
No.
They've got two little O-rings on them, so make sure they get back on as well.
We need to know where they're damaged.
I'll show you where this is damaged.
Yeah, it's up through.
There we go. So, moral of the story is make sure, yeah, little tiny titty hole. Make sure that your
Pipes are well secured, because if they are, in 2 years' time it'll rub through. You've done well to get 2 years out of them.
luckily, this happened
Just after it returned from France, because you've done what? How many miles do you reckon you've done? Is that 1,500?
Yeah, it is.
So you've done 1,500 miles, and then this happened when he got back.
On the car park.
On the car park, so we was very lucky. So new pipes in, and away we go.
Right, I'm going to attempt to get these in.
Okay.
So we're going to try and feed them in this way. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, we'll see what we can do with this then.
Right, I'm coming up this end to you.
Yeah. We're going to try and get it through this hole here. I see one pipe. You going anymore? You can start twisting there if you go twisting in any direction.
Scratch this one then, sorry. I'll go back. I'll go back with here, that's all right.
Okay, that's alright, just keep going. How's that? How close am you?
Go to you, and one sec, let me just have a look quickly. This first, can they go to you more?
Yeah.
I need to go to you, and
Yeah.
then come back, so I've got to go and behind these two pipes that come down.
Yeah, to me then. Hey mate. I could come a bit more. You want me of these things back up? Oh yeah. I mean I can lift them up.
The other one, yeah? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let me get the rubber and behind one there.
I mean it's a good job your air conditioning don't work.
I'll tell them.
Well it just keeps poking holes through. It's these brackets. Okay, is that? You close there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where they're going to go. There and there.
And then I'm sure we can bend these where they've got to go on the rubber.
Where's this one? I can't see where this one's gone. It's up here somewhere.
Which one, the rubber one?
Now the rigid one, it's up on the top somewhere.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Has it gone over something it shouldn't be over? You can come back with it. That's it, eh? I've got it here. Let's see, here it is. Alright, there, look. You see it now?
Yeah. Okay.
What do you want to do with that?
Well, that's what I would say. What are you sort of what you're doing there? Because the tension's too much on it. Is it that bracket there, Chris? You know the one under the radiator there?
These two?
Yeah.
It's because I've got to, this has got to go backwards, that's why. I've just got to push these into the positions they've got to be in, and then it should take the tension off that. This one was underneath there. Like this. There. And then this one. Is down here. How's that? I mean, I've still got loads. I can move them about loads if you need them moving about somewhere.
I can push this rubber and back in after. It's this one I need to get in line.
Yeah, get that where you need it.
But it's got to go. They've got to go up in the air because it ain't coming down straight.
In the air.
Yeah, it's got to lift up because it's going this one.
It could be. Which one's got to go up the bottom one?
This, yeah, the rigid one has got it. It's as if it should be up here, on the other side of this,
Let me see if I can move these ones about.
because it's at 45 degrees. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should have some more free play with them now. Look. Now I've took that off. Do what you need to do with them.
It's still good.
It needs to be this side of this, don't we?
It's like it should be this side of this.
There you go. How's that? I can do whatever has got to be done with these after you've got them where you need them.
Just a bit down there. I'm going to have to get a quarter light in it. Awesome. Isn't that done there?
So, we've got them in there, as you can see, round that corner, and then we've got the two pipes coming up here, which we can plumb in. But first, before we do that, we want to get this side plumbed in.
This side's going to go.
Want to get that side plumbed in. These have got to go in
They've
straight.
got the L-rings on as well before they go in. But it's this one. Getting that one at the correct angle coming down.
Yeah, I can see it's quite where it
I mean,
needs
it's
to
got to
be.
go way up in the sky.
Well, it's got to sit where it's got to sit. You're going to have to lift it when you put it in, and put the bolt in, and then that's it.
And then pull that back down.
Yeah, because if you lift that where it's got to be now, Dad.
I can't do it from down there. I can't lift it. I can't lift it because that bracket is under the radiator, so I can't get nowhere with it.
This is the problem we had with these brackets before, eh?
It's under the radiator.
I mean, I can loosen the bolts off that I'm holding these brackets, so we've got a bit more twist on them.
Yeah.
I'll do that in 10 mil. I'll loosen them off. That's how the brackets are meant to go, that angle. We were struggling because we had no brackets on the last lot, because obviously we couldn't get them through for some reason. They did. You can see little bits of thread sticking out where the brackets used to be, so we obviously cut the old ones off, but it was 2 years ago, and we was doing it outside in the freezing cold in the winter, so we was getting it done as quick as possible, which just caused us problems in the long run. Anyway, them getting into a position where they should be, we're going to put the L-rings on, and then we're going to get them clamped in, and start filling them up and doing what we've got to do, get the radiator back in.
You know, to connect that pipe back up, it'd be easy for me, look.
I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah, it probably would.
Because we haven't got that. We've got the panel out now, so you can do that easier than over the top.
So we've got to chuck the L-rings on them, and then we can put the bolt in and see if we can bolt them down. Have you got the L-rings in your pocket? Bag of O-rings.
Different sizes.
It's going to be the two the same. Those are two the same.
No different.
Probably should have tried these on before we put it in there. I mean, that would be the one I would expect it to be, but there's only one of
We've
them.
got 5.
We've got 5 L-rings. One pipe's bigger than the other, eh? Yeah, one of the pipes is fatter than the other one. So, I'd say it's that. I reckon it's them two.
Look at the
one.
Which one is the one with the plate on?
That's that fat end there, like that look.
Yeah, that's the one with the plate on.
Although that's got a fat end as well. Oh yeah, we've got one that end and all.
Yeah, it's a bigger pipe on that end, eh?
Well, these have got a bit different sizes because we've got.
There's 2 on this.
Oh, is there? Oh, there's 2 on this and all.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, there's one in the middle, one at the top.
Yeah.
So that is definitely littler than this look.
Yeah.
So you got 2 like that. There you go. So we've got the O-rings on now. We've just got to get these in the right place and push them into the top of the steering box, which is an absolute nightmare trying to get them both square, because obviously they've got to go in square, else they don't tighten down right. You can only really get one hand in there, and you can see a lot. So we'll get them pushed in the box, and then once that's done, we'll get the other end done. Right, them are now in. It's a nightmare to get them in. That's got to be 100% straight to pop this first one in. The back one's on a flexi, so that goes in easy. But getting that one in, it's got to be pretty damn straight when you push it in. Then the bolt will take it the rest of the way. The things go there. Look, you see that? So what we'll do is we'll put some tech bolts in them, because we had to saw the old ones off. I remember now. So we'll move them along slightly. Put some tech bolts in them into the chassis,
and that'll hold them in position this time so they're not going to rub. Right, so we've routed it where it needs to be now, and then back onto here. Just going to stick a Jubilee clip on there, and then all we've got to do is the one that goes in the bottom of the pump that you can see there. That's got to be screwed into the side of the pump. Just a quick update, I've been super busy, so I've been unable to film it, but if you look there, it's screwed in now. That pipe that comes across is screwed in there. It was a bit of a nightmare to get it at the right angle, and it's all connected up. So just the radiator to go back in and the fan, and fill it with water, fill it with stuff, and away it goes. So where pipes may rub, rubber has been placed, some inner tube that's cable tied on wherever pipes touch pipes, just for a bit of security against anything rubbing. And then we can screw it to the, what's the name there, where the brackets go away, to the chassis. Yeah. With something, either drill them out or whatever. Screw them to the chassis, and then that will be sorted. So the next thing to do is get the radiator in, and the oil cooler, and the whatever the hell the radiator does. What's it do? It's an intercooler. The intercooler. So they've just got to go on to all these pipes and be bolted down with 2 brackets. It's quite simple, really. I mean, it's only 2 brackets that hold it in, and then you've got to get pipes out the way. Other than that, that's it.
What made it easier was to make the connection, this one under here.
Oh, that one. We're really struggling to get that in.
Yeah, it was easier to get this
airbox
out, get this pipe off here, and then it gives you some manoeuvre.
You can get your hands down that way, because these pattern part pipes, so that onion pissed, I've got more of a bend on this section here than the originals that we had in there, and it seems not to line up as well, so we had to really struggle to get that to line up. But once all this was there, we could do it a little bit easier.
And it should be easier to connect the intercooler pipes with that panel off there.
Yeah, you can get your hands through.
Take that panel off there.
Yeah, you can get your hands through then from the side to try and do it.
Try and get them down there.
Yeah. Right, so we've dropped the radiator into place. That just drops down and locates into holes at the bottom with some bungs. So that's gone down. We've plugged in the sensor at the bottom of the radiator. That unplugs and plugs in down this little gap down here, and we're just putting the hoses back on. So radiator hoses to go back on, and down there intercooler hose. We bolted the intercooler and the radiator together, and then we've got 2 brackets like this. These go down this gap here. If you can see, just behind there. So that little stick that's sticking up there, these go on top of that. So it going that way, down, and it bolts up there. 2 holes there, 1, 2, 1 sheared off. Look, got 1, 2. That sits like that on there, on top of that bung which you can see there, and that's the same on both sides. And once they're off, that's how you can pull the radiator out. But we've got to get the oil cooler hoses back on as well. We're probably going to have to top the gearbox up, so we're doing that now. Down there, I can see.
Is it there, bending round there? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's the oil cooler from the gearbox. So them log push fit, so push them back and push them on, but make sure them on good. And there's one down there and one down there. That pipe you can see there with nothing on it, there, that is a blank pipe. So don't look around for 3 years trying to find a pipe that you should be on there, because the right one. So we'll push the intercooler pipes on. Not the intercooler, the gearbox cooler, oil cooler, and then we can start putting everything else back together, fan on and the cowling on, and then fill it up and away we go. So this one here, this pipe, which we've got stuff in the end of it because it pisses out, fits on there, and it's much easier to do from this angle. So I'll try and do it with one hand, but we'll see if I'll get that on there, and then you have to push it on and make sure it's really clipped on there. So I'll give it a good push and then pull it back. But that's how that goes on, and there's one on the other side as well. We're having a bit of trouble getting this one on. It's a bit gritty, so we're just trying to flush it out with some td5s, MR94, whatever the hell it is, just to get it to move free. The other one slotted straight on. But if this don't go back far enough, it's like it will go over the little noggin it's got to go over.
Oh, that one's gone back there.
Oh yeah.
there's something, there must be something in it.
Yeah, there's something stuck in it, a bit of grit or something. It's just stopping it going over. And this is the problem we had last time. We thought it was on, it wore, and it blew it off while we was driving. So you've got to make sure that these are on tight. That one was an absolute ball ache to get on there. And what was happening was it just wasn't going far enough. So we've got this long screwdriver, and then an hammer, and we put it on the ridge inside there, and just tapped it and tapped it and tapped it, and I watched it from the other side, and you can watch it go over, and then it clicks on, and now you can pull on it as hard as you like, and it don't come off. So that's the way to do that. We're nearly there. This bit of plastic on, and
This wheel back on.
wheel, cowl, fan, fill it up. What? The wheel's going on as it goes back up. We're going to put the wheel on, then we're going to start it, and it'll be the moment of truth. So we'll chuck that back on. The wheel's behind you. Yeah, we'll chuck this back on, and then we'll start it. We're going to have to do the steering left, right, left, right, left, right to get the air out, and we'll just keep topping it up. And then we're going to have to put some antifreeze in it, because when you put water in it, we're going to antifreeze. So we'll get some antifreeze tomorrow and put that in as well. Moment of truth. Will it ever run again? Yeah. Okay, so it's running. Something just spat in my face. I think it's just a bit of oil flicking off the fan and that. So it's going to suck. I've got something flicking like water in my face. It might... You got to be out. Oh yeah. That's water, that is. You got a little water leak up there. Might be from one of the bottom houses. Have a look at that. Pop that off and we'll have a quick look. We've sucked all the juice out of there and all. Stick some in. So we just need to stick some in, as you can see. It's getting a bit foamy and sucked it all out. Mama! That's it, eh? Swirling about. We'll get the steering wheel the other side, get the bubbles out of that, but we just want to check what this water is first.